What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the In the Round podcast. It's your boy, Matt Burrill, here at the luxurious DM Monday Studios, Music Row, Nashville, Tennessee. And we have got a very special episode for you guys today. Episode 99 with my good buddy, Mr. JD Groover. Now, JD, he's basically a Swiss Army knife here in Nashville. Tour manager, very involved at Gayle Music Publishing House here in Nashville, Tennessee. He's been here for a while and has a lot to say, a lot of great stories, a lot of great advice for folks like me that are here in the music game in Nashville, Tennessee. So we've got a great episode with him. Got to give a shout out to our sponsors. We got our friends at Whaletail Media, Wales, Beezy, Gracie. They get all your videos, all your photos done. They are awesome, and they even do your weddings if you're out there getting hitched. You can find them every other Tuesday at our writers' rounds at Live Oak Music Row, so check them out, Whaletail Media. We also got our friends at Saxman Studios, Grady and the boys out there in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, always getting good work done for a very good price. Be sure to check them out. Look up Saxman Studios. Last but certainly not least, our boy Mitch Wallace with the Digital Marketing Agency. You need TikTok help, you need Instagram help. Mitch and his team, they've got you covered. Mitch is working with all kinds of big acts, big names here in Nashville, and he'd be happy to work with you too. Look him up at Wallace_Mitch on Instagram. Look up Mitch Wallace and the Digital Marketing Agency. Well, we're going to get into it, guys. Episode 99 with my good buddy, Mr. JD Groover. Y'all are watching the In the Round podcast. JD, how the hell are you doing, my man?
I'm good. Appreciate you having me. I know I said I would do this for like the longest time and just scheduling, and I was like, hey, I'm home. Like, let's knock it out. I watched Dylan's and Screech's, and I was like, I'm better than them. So, like, let's get this out of the way and let's have your highest rated podcast so
Dude,
far.
hell yeah. And you're on that similar kind of schedule to what I'm on, where you're out on the road a lot.
Oh yeah,
doing the tour manager thing. Is it babysitting anymore, or you guys been doing it for so long it's not even at that point?
No, I mean, like, it's I've been with Jon full time since I guess 2016, and so that's about 6 years of it. And there's such a routine. Everybody's got I'm engaged and everybody's got wives and all that kind of stuff, so the road has like settled down a lot. But it was never really. It's hard to call it babysitting when it's your best friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's kind of like somebody's got to be anointed in charge a little bit.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, oh, I like to play too. So
yeah, that's how I am with our guys. Yeah. I like to get out there and play too. Now you guys are in a bus now, right?
Yeah, it's a hybrid kind of bus thing. It's not a Prevo, but it's Tommy Cecil. He's got this like conversion.
Oh
thing.
Yeah.
It's got 12. I mean, you step on it and you think you're on a real bus, and it's it's been nice not chasing hotel rooms, and
I feel that
like trying to you get into a city and sleep for 4 hours and wake back up and keep the drive going. It's nice to be able to pull into a Loves or
dude, Loves are great. What bunk are you in?
So we have the ability to have 12. We have 11 because we make condos because Jon wanted a condo.
Okay.
So somebody had to take the top condo. And I was like, you know what? I'll I think I've earned that one. So, yeah, so I'm front right condo bunk.
Nice.
It's nice. I've got 2 air conditioner vents because of where the bunks would normally be.
Dude, you made out. That's great.
Yeah, so I've got one that blows down and then one that blows in my face. It's fantastic.
Yeah, dude. I mean, because you guys did the van thing for a long time, right?
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of that, especially with bands starting out. I even WME asked me to speak. I spoke on a panel for tour managers, and it was Tom, who was Dierks Bentley's tour manager, and Dylan Scott's guy, and I had no business sitting up there with Tom because he's like a legend. And like he left Dierks and he's now with Weezer. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
So he's like he knows everything. And then the one nugget of knowledge I brought was like stay in the van as long as you can. It's easy to go hop in that bus, but I mean, like Dylan Scott had a number 1 and then had like a top 10 before he even got into a bus because he wanted to be able to make some money and be smart about it. It's nice and it's a cool lifestyle, but there's something about vans, dude. Like,
Dude, there's times like when you're in there rolling, like with our crew, sometimes we're rolling anywhere from 8 guys to 10 guys. And we were doing that in the 15 passenger, the Trey's white van for a long time. And even when I was with the Muscadine guys, they were in the Sprinter. But there's something about that team camaraderie, everybody being in it together on a long drive, going to New York or going to Texas or going on
Bangor, Maine.
Dude, you guys did Bangor in the van?
We did Bangor, New Hampshire. Well, we did New Hampshire, Laconia, New Hampshire. Great little town if you haven't been. And then went to Bangor, Maine. And then it was 27 hours of driving. So it was like, it was brutal. So we decided, we left right after the show. It was an early show for college. We got done it was like 7 to 8:30. We had the van packed at 9. And we just rolled. I drove till like 6 in the morning. Drummer got up. He did from like 6 to 11. Bass player 11 to whatever it was, and we were in Knoxville. And I was conked out. I slept and woke up and got dinner and then went back to sleep and somewhere in Virginia. And our bass player Steven DeLush was like, "All right, we're in Knoxville. I'm done." I'm like, 2.5 hours? Let's go. I can do this. Got us home. It was like we left like Saturday at 9 p.m. and got home at like Sunday 11 p.m.
That is impressive.
We are
without stopping like that.
What's cool about our camp and what I take pride in it is we've had a lot of people come and open for us, and I love teaching people how to tour. I love we took Dylan Marlowe out first, and Mitchell Tenpenny, he's a guy we took out first, and he's Mitchell's like the man. He's never forgotten like coming out with us and like me helping him and John helping him, and he always shouts us out for that. And that's something I love doing. That's why I love the stuff at Gayle, kind of helping Jordan Fletcher and Jeb and all them get going like, okay, well, boys, this is a day sheet.
Dude,
and
Jordan's out on damn radio tour right now. I was texting with him the other day. He is doing the damn thing.
He's here today. He was in New York City yesterday, or like the last 3 days. And then, he hasn't gotten to ride a lot lately because he's always, if some of y'all know about radio tour, it's grueling and you shouldn't tour while you do it, which is, it'll save your mental health on that and just your tiredness. But yeah, Jordan, he poked his head in the office today, and I haven't seen him in person in months, I feel like. And he was like, he's the first guy I got to sign at Gayle, and a lot of that has to do with Charlie and Gary because we were doing Rome River Jam. It was Old Dominion, Langston, Riley, Muscadine. It was supposed to be Job. And Job's car broke down and couldn't come or whatever. So Jordan gets up there. He was selling merch, not using a hand cart, carrying these boxes across this field, and gets up there, sound checks, goes back to merch. I'm like, who the hell is this kid? And sounded great. It was my first year at Gayle, and Chris Dubois, who owns the company, he was like, "All right, it's time for you to go sign somebody." And I was like, if that guy's doing that, working hard, there's no limit to his talent or what he's capable of. And so got to sign him summer of 2018, and he's been at Gayle ever since. Got a record deal, and managed by George Corey. And I mean, he's doing song to radio. He's got like 40 ads. And
dude.
It's a slow climb, but Dave Cobb's producing, which is kind of
that's a big fucking deal.
So I'd got COVID in like the end of 2020, real bad. And I kind of missed some stuff with Jordan, as far as like George reaching out, wanting to manage, and the record deal and all this stuff. And he goes, "Yeah, Dave Cobb's producing." I said, "When the hell did that happen?" And it's been a cool experience for him. And, it's so Jordan, if if my mom was to ever get a divorce and be like, "Hey, I want to marry Jordan Fletcher," I'd be like, I've got no problem with that. Jordan is the greatest human in the world, man. He's such a like, he's giving Ray Fulcher competition for that nice guy spot. You know
very,
what I mean?
Very much so. And it's like that whole crew. I mean, so you moved to town at when did you move to Nashville?
Into 2016. But I was coming back and forth a lot. There's, just from the bar and just pre-bar, I had a bunch of buddies up here, and just always been enamored by the city. And there was a bunch of people on my butt about moving up here and just taking the risk. And
who was the one that finally got you to do it? Who was the voice that was like, and you were like, all right, I'll finally do it?
It was a combination. John was a big proponent of that. You know, guys like Cole Taylor, Ray was one of them, Swindell, Kerry Edwards and Dustin Eichton over at KP Management.
Yeah.
They were just like, you got to trust yourself. Like, you have a great ear, you work hard. And finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Like, let's go. And John was like, cool, you're going on the road with me. And, I mean, he knew, and Kerry, everybody knew, like, publishing is what I wanted to be at. Whenever Cole Swindell told me about what a plugger was, I was like, oh, I'm in. You mean you sit in an office and you listen to music all day and then you text so-and-so and get them songs and get them on. I was like, that is like, there's no bigger dream for me.
You had the one, speaking of plugging and stuff, that song Riley put out, Randy O, and you were involved in that, right?
Yeah. Fletcher wrote that with the Muscadine Boys and Ray.
Yeah, that was like I think Muscadine's first Zoom, right? That was like the very beginning of COVID.
Yeah, and Jordan did the work tape, and it's a beautiful work tape. He did it on his back porch. It's a beautiful song. Birds are chirping, and I'm like, dang. And I fired that off to a couple people, Riley being one. Riley was the first person to hit me back, and actually he called me. You know, Riley's not a phone guy. He'll text back or whatever, and he called me. He goes, hey, this is the idea. And he was talking about the Stagecoach plan, and it was going to be called Stage Couch because they couldn't do it, and he just fell in love with the song. And then, you know, Riley knows I love country music, and we talk about that kind of stuff. And I got a late night text from him one night. He's like, I remember exactly what he said, but it was in the terms of like, you ready to like shit yourself? And I was like, what? And he sent it and had radio and some vocal on it, and I was like, what is going on right now? And, I mean, if you just grew up like I did on, you know, the Alabamas and the Randy Travis and Keith Whitley and stuff like that, that was just kind of like one of those things is like, this is sick. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so that was Jordan's first major label cut. It was, I think, the Boys' first major label cut. So it was cool to do it with some guys that played down in Tifton. It was all kind of like a...
Yeah, and that's why I was asking, like, you come up in 2016, that's right around that point of like Nashville's very much where there's like classes where like everybody kind of like I moved here 2018. I've got some good friends that moved here around that same time, and we all still kind of keep in touch and work alongside each other. And it's like that class that came in that 2015, 2016, 2017, a lot of those folks, like the Peachtree Entertainment stuff, the 65 South stuff, it all kind of came up, and it came through Tifton as well with your time down there.
Yeah, I mean, I got to Tifton. I was working. I went to Valdosta State.
Wasn't there a venue in Valdosta too?
Yeah, Blue Water. But
I've heard stories about that place back in the day.
That was kind of like the sister bar to the Gin in Tifton.
Yeah.
I worked at Flip Flops, which is like the #1 college bar at Valdosta. It's just debauchery. And I hated school. Like, I was good at school. I hated school. I had 3 classes left. And they were like, hey, you want to go run this bar? I was like, yeah, I've never even been to Tifton. Let's go. And, you know, so get up there, and we spend the first year trying to figure it out and learn that it can't be ran like a college bar because the college A back wasn't like that big of a size.
Yeah.
And started doing some national acts. We did FGL. We were like one of FGL's first shows. Like,
no shit. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was, did them, and then Parmalee during their first #1. And then the next week, like, Cruise went to radio and blew up. And like, there was only, I know how many people were there that night because I still have the closing sheet. It's in my house. And, you know, there's like 142 people there, which wasn't a lot for that room. And 8,000 people swear they were there that night. And then so that gave, with that song blowing up, that gave a lot of validity to what we were doing. And, you know, we kind of partnered with WME and CAA and got those guys that were about to be on the highway. I mean, you name it, that from like, if they blew up from 2012 to like 2017, there's a good chance their first gig was with me. You know, their first real true. I did Party, Swindell, I don't, just everybody.
And that was back when it was in the back room, right? Like, you guys had the...
So 2014, I got my hands on the building next door, and I cut a wall, and I put like this Lowe's double door, not a real like fire-coated door or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm familiar,
And so we got that because we got Old Dominion the like 2 weeks before Break Up With Them was like number one. So they were hot. Like it was their first run on a bus, and you know, I don't know if you know Tommy Garris, who does their tour management, but he's a hell of a guy. And yeah, and opened that room and ended up doing Cole Swindell and Langston and Travis Denning and Cadillac 3, and just, I mean, anybody you can think of from that time, they ended up playing the bar, which was really cool. So
Yeah, is that how you met Jon? Was from
yeah,
being there?
I met Jon. So one of his best friends, Tyler Horn, grew up with him, and he's one of my fraternity brothers.
Oh, no shit.
And he was harping on me and the guy that did all the Valdosta stuff about booking him. We gave him a shot, and he played me on a Saturday, and it was just acoustic, and I think Forever Girl had been out for like a month or something, or maybe a little longer than that. I'm never sure.
Yeah.
And me and him just hit it off, man. Like, you know, he got done, and I mean, he put some people in there. I was like, oh damn, this, you know, he's got something going on, and me and him just kind of talked and always hit it off and kept in touch, and you know, and that was really it, man. It was a very natural, like, he doesn't need anything from me, I don't need anything from him relationship. I think that's kind of why we hit it off. And dude, I'm so thankful for Tyler Horn for that, because, you know, Jon is literally, you know, my best friend, or, you know, if not him, you know, he knows who Stinky is. Stinky's the man. And, you know, it's I always have a tough time, like, who's your bet, like, I got a tough time with that, but, you know, Jon has definitely helped me out so much, and honestly, because of him, I've got to grow up here.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't for, you know, Jon thinking I can handle the stuff, then, you know, I don't know what I'd be doing up here. Just, yeah, I mean, Jon gave me a lot of validity, not to use that word again, but, you know, he kind of, you know, he was getting hot, and he stuck his neck out, and like, that's my guy, and he's always been that for me. So a lot of love for Jon, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm proud of where he is and what he's doing, and this new music he's got coming is next level for him. And I mean, it's 2023 is going to be a huge year for Jon. So
let's go.
I'm glad I'm still doing the road stuff with him, because that makes it easier.
Yeah. How do you balance the working on Music Row, doing the publishing stuff, and doing the tour manager stuff? Because I've learned that tour management is a full-time job. Like, it's 7 days, like, with advancing shows and all of that stuff, there's always something going on with it. That's a lot to balance. How do you do it?
Well, I got a good crew. You know, we've had some good production people. Right now, Ben Grubbs is in charge. He's our PM.
Ben is my dude.
Grubbs is very talented and very organized and very detail oriented and
very hungry,
and he cares. He came right. You know, it's hard. Like, think about the Muscadine camp. That's a hard camp to go into when those guys have been together for so long. You know what I mean? And Ben just came in like he'd been there for like 10 years. You know what I mean? And he's a blessing to work with. Jason Harris was our previous guy, somebody I hired at 20, and at 20 years old, he got to mix Gillette Stadium and Ford Field and just all this great stuff that, you know, he got to do. And then, you know, he moved to town to do rock music, and the state champs hired him. You know,
shit.
That's like his favorite band. So it's like, okay, buddy, we understand.
Yeah.
But Grubbs has been such a blessing for us, and you know, it's having good people around us, you know, with management too. I mean, they're supportive, but you know, it actually helps me out because, like, for example, we're either opening for the Luke Bryans and the Cole Swindells, and you know, the big acts like that, and you know, I've got time to like hop on some buses and pitch some songs, and you know, technically when other publishers are like cutting their grass on the weekends or playing catch up, I'm out there double duty. And we have, you know, the Dylan Marlowe's and the Noah Hicks and the acts like that coming out, and I'm getting hang time with them, and you know, learning what they like to do and what kind of music they're you know, what kind of songs they're lacking or whatever they need, or just being, you know, one of my favorite things in town is I got a few folks that call me like Uncle JD.
Yeah.
And I just love, you know, I tell people all the time, like, you have to make yourself valuable. You have to become a Swiss Army knife in this town.
Yeah.
It's okay to be great at one thing, but when you're good at a lot of stuff or knowledgeable, like, oh, I need a pocket knife, boom, there I am. I need a screwdriver, boom, there I am. That is like the number one piece of advice I can give anybody in town is become as valuable as you can at many different things. And then as you're going through other things, you're like, okay, I know how to do this. Or I might not know how to do this, but Matt Burrell does. So let me call him. You know what I mean? Just make yourself as valuable as possible. Become a Swiss Army knife. That is like my mantra in life, mantra, whatever. That's Georgia. Georgia from mantras. Mantra.
And some of those guys that you just mentioned. I mean, you're obviously a Georgia guy, Florida fan, but proud Georgia guy. South Georgia shit. Where you're gonna root? Where you're gonna root for the Gators? And I'm sure you've gotten shit for that your whole life, but you've gotten to enjoy it too. The Gators had some good years.
Yeah, my whole life. Trader, all that stuff. I grew up on Exit 1 in Georgia. I grew up 20 minutes from Jacksonville. We got all the Jacksonville, Florida stations growing up. My parents didn't care about college football or anything like that. Spurrier's putting up 100 points a week, and I'm like, I'm rolling with that guy.
Yeah.
And it was great for a long time. You know, it's been a little tough lately, but, you know, it's...
you could be a Florida State fan. It could be worse.
No, not me.
It could be worse. That's what I'm saying. It could be worse. You could be rooting for the Seminoles. But a lot of those young guys that you just mentioned, and it's cool. Like I've had them play. They were some of the original guys when my writers round over at Live Oak that I do. Like the Noah Hickses, the Dylan Marlows, all the guys that are coming out of Tyler Chambers, Trey Team, Brian Fuller. There's all these kids coming out of Georgia
Fuller,
right now. Dude, he is about to flip people's heads over. I like that kid a lot.
I don't know if you know this, but I had somebody back in the day, I was still in Tifton, reach out about Brian Fuller, and he was young. So this was 2016. Like, he's young. Yeah. And I let him open up for, like, Cadillac 3 and, like, Travis Denning and a couple guys. And I was like, man, this kid can fucking sing.
Got a hell of a voice. And at that point, it was probably just raw.
You know, and to watch him come up here and go through it, take his lumps, take his losses, and not like get deterred and just, I mean, this business will make you beat your head on a brick wall.
Absolutely.
And for him to like come through the other side of this and just, I've been watching the videos and all that stuff like that, you know, just to watch him do what he's doing. Brian is a talent.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of him. You know, I love my role in Georgia music.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what is it about Georgia? Like, what is it? Is it the work ethic? Is it the guys that have been there before? Like what you've experienced with John, with the folks at KP and Luke and Swindell, and like, is it the next man up kind of thing where like you're helping, or it's like you've got the folks and everybody kind of works together and there's like this fraternity almost of Georgia folks, or what is it?
I mean, I don't think it's as deep as like people make it out to be. It's, you know, we all kind of grew up the same, you know, we grew up listening to Alan Jackson and then Brantley and then Luke and then like Outkast and Allman Brothers and T.I. Like there's just this mix of just melting pot. I mean, if you go to the Georgia Theater, they've got this Georgia State thing. It's got all these, Ray Charles, like all these people from Georgia. You're just like, you grew up on so much different kind of things. And, you know, we root for each other. We're proud to be where we're from. And it's, I mean, it's cool. I mean, even Corey Smith, you know, that's a name people forget about. And like he's, you know, he's kind of like a little godfather to a lot of this stuff.
He
perfected
the building the college markets and just growing the circle around them.
Yeah, Corey's a big influence on a lot of people down there, and then watching, you know, buddies like, you know, Cole Taylor, you know, come up here and succeed as a writer and like get some number ones, and you don't have to, you know, be in front of everything. You can be a writer behind the scenes and really, you know, chase your dreams. I mean, shoot, he's got a cut on Luke Bryan and he's got so much stuff going on, and to watch him like get married and have a family, and like that's the kind of cool thing that I'm into right now is watch, you know, Travis Denning's about to get married and watch all these like people that I've met at 20 and 21 years old. Shoot, some of them 17, like Trey Landon, you know, like just to watch them like turn into men and be families and houses and like get everything they ever wanted because they worked hard. I mean, like that's such a cool thing to watch, honestly. I know that's like sappy and probably not what you wanted me here for, but like,
dude, no, that's the truth though. Yeah. Is you get to watch people grow, and like you said, like we're talking about Brian, like you go through those peaks and valleys, and to keep going through that. and be able to, because in this life it's hard to have a family. It's hard to find a good woman to settle down with, which you've got, and
yes,
it's very hard to find someone to put up with the shit that we do for work. And so when you're able to find that and able to have a family and still do what you love here in this town where it can just eat you alive, that's big shit right there.
Yeah, I mean shoot, I got lucky. I got the best blind deaf girl in the world. I don't know what I did, but you know, she, you know, it is tough. You know, the touring is tough. You know, especially, you know, we dated in 2019, and then 2020. You know, I'm gone, and then 2020 closes up, and then I'm home all the time. And then when we went back out in 2021, it was a little getting back. I was ready to go. I was like, hey,
we all were.
We are out. Let's go. And you know, that whole year at home brought us a lot closer together. And I understand, you know, everything's a two-way street, and you know that's made me a lot better of a person. And you know, it takes, you know, the moments away. You know, when I'm home, I take them a lot more serious than I used to. And I got a good one. You know what I mean? So
how'd you guys meet? Was it Tin Roof?
No, it was. It was. We have a crazy story. So we actually met at Red Door.
Okay.
But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like a Friday night out or anything like that. Cole did his album release for the All of It record, and I had pitched 2 songs on that record, and including All of It. And so everybody was at that Whiskey Jam album release party and stuff like that, and it just got too crazy. So I went across the street to Red Door, and Allie was there. Had never met her, but she was hanging out with like Nudie and Lenny Wilson and Nathan Ford, a bunch of people that I already knew. So I just kind of like, I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. And I actually took a group photo for them because I don't know what was going on while they were out like that, but I don't know if it was like a going away thing or whatever it was. And then I was just like, man, this girl's beautiful. So I did a little sliding and into the DMs.
Hey, there you go.
You know, but what's crazy is like when we're talking, I asked her where she's from. She said Seattle. I was like, oh, I love Washington. I've been to Seattle. I've been to Tacoma and Spokane and Bremerton. And she's like, Bremerton? Why are you going to Bremerton? I was like, well, I had a Navy base in my hometown. Everybody got transferred to that Navy base in Bremerton. So we would go up there and visit my mom's friends and stuff like that. She lived in Bremerton, which is like as big as this room.
Yeah.
Which is like good for this room, but not like a city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the odds of you having been to her hometown that's crazy.
So we would stay with my mom's friend, Miss Patty. So we went up there, my first visit with her and her family and all that good stuff. We went to go see Miss Patty, and then we're driving by, and I was like, oh, that's where she lives at. 0.4 or 5 miles away from Allie's house is where I spent all my time in the world by this boat launch. And it was just kind of like, okay, this was supposed to happen. Like, this is it. So went back up there, and in Christmas time, and proposed to her right there, and I had Jordan Fletcher wrote the song I asked her to, and her dad hid in the porta potty to take the picture.
No shit.
Because it's like a little park boat ramp thing. It
That's
was
awesome.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Like it's you know, and to have a rock like that in my life to kind of keep me grounded, because you know, the road can, you know, you literally barely have time to do the laundry to leave again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And having her for a couple of days always mellows me back out, because when you're in charge of the ship, I mean, there's just so much logistics and personalities that can get involved, and you can have the best times or you could be stressed out, you know, like this past weekend we were at the Georgia Theater, which is like next to John's hometown, so it's friends and family, so it's like it's a great night, like it's, you know, it's a great night, sold out, all that good stuff. But you know what I mean, it's just you're up and down the stairs all day, and you didn't really sleep the night before, and you know, but those are like, strangely enough, those are like the proud moments of touring, when you just go, shit, like that was epic, you know.
Yeah, that's how I felt going to Mobile with Gary and Charlie, and how I felt this past year watching Trey play at Iron City in Birmingham. You know, like that was a big deal, like those hometown shows, which I think that's actually where I met you and John for the first time. Was I filled in and sold merch for you guys?
Yes,
we had an off night, and that was when Damn We Need a Dirt Road had come out.
And Gary and Charlie came,
and I hopped behind the merch table and was selling that Jon Langston merch.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was
night 2 of the 2 sold out shows back in 2019.
Yeah, right before that was the last time we were there because 2020 was canceled and 2021 they were limited.
Yeah, it was a weird thing over there.
So
You were also at one of me and McElwain's favorite spots. I believe over this weekend or recently.
Oh, Wild Greg.
Wild Greg's, bro.
Wild Greg is a character.
He's a one of a kind.
He is a one of a kind man. Very generous, very on top of things as far as like hospitality, making sure we have everything.
Security.
We need. Just on to the. I've never seen many owners sit in the security meeting with me.
Oh yeah,
which was awesome.
He's adamant about that.
But I mean, he rolls out a red carpet for us. We've done the Pensacola one twice, and we've done the Lakeland one.
Don't you love that load in?
You know, we have to forklift stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what we do. We go up through the. We have the forklift and do the elevator and do this and do that. And a Pensacola load in is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, so this was Grubb's first time doing that. And I was like, I was prepping him hard. Yeah. And I think we got like a drum head smashed or something. Oh, we had to go to Guitar Center and replace something. I don't remember what it was. But that's a cool thing he's got going because there's so much stuff to go do. You can go to the beach. You can, eat some good sushi at the Khan's place there.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Well,
have you done Lakeland?
Yeah, we did.
Well, we've done all 4 of them with Trey. So we've done Austin, Texas, which that place is wild, and then his place in Minneapolis is wild too. Yeah. What I love about Wild Greg is he's a freedom fighter. He'll go out there. He'll be in the news, man. He is a regular.
He told me he's on Fox News or Fox and Friends like every other week.
He sends me the videos of it. He like texts me. He'll send it to me and Trey in a group chat and be like, look at me and Tucker, and it's him on Tucker Carlson talking about how he's suing all these cities over COVID mandates.
Yeah, doing that, and he running for mayor or something. He was talking about.
Yeah, he's running for town council in Minnesota. Has he told you about St. Gregory, his island?
No.
He has an island on the border of Minnesota and Canada. Where he's just got it's like Greg's Island. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
He's technically got a pilot's license too. Yeah. So if you ever want to fly with him, just let him know.
We brought him to one of the Kid Rock shows, dude. He had a ball.
I stepped in the foot in the door, and you were the first thing he brought up this time. He goes, "I didn't know you know Matt Burrell." I was like,
"Oh, geez."
Yeah. He was like, I love that guy. That guy's awesome. So he definitely loves you.
Yeah, we've seen Wild Greg a lot. We always try to. He takes care of us. We take care of him, and our guys like to have fun with him after the shows.
Yeah, I wish we could have hung out this time. We had 8 hours to go to Athens.
Yeah, so. That's the thing is getting all the way down to Pensacola. There's no super easy routing for it. But the Georgia Theater show, I mean, like you were saying, I mean, that's so having a big guest list like that, the hometown shows, the Nashville shows can be those to me are what stress me out as far as guest lists and all that. When you got friends and family coming, or you got cousins, uncles, brother, it just becomes so many people. What are some other stressful spots that you've kind of been in? Just not even count the guest list stuff, but things breaking down, shit like that. Over the years because I called you that one time.
Yeah.
When we were driving, Matt going to remember this. We were driving. It was when the wheel bearing blew out on the trailer.
Buddy, that is the story of our lives.
And we went and got the box truck, and we had to cross-load everything to the box truck, go all the way out to North Carolina for that mud bog.
Yeah, that we are. Knock on wood, this trailer has held up pretty good, but we are known trailer killers. There's been so much. I mean, it's the road. Literally everything that could happen to us has happened to us. Flat tires, trailer wheel bearings going out. The very first time that happened was we were going to Grizzly Rose.
Oh, geez, yeah, we've been out there, yeah.
But John was on radio tour, so John, our drummer Scott, and Brad. We're flying in, and we flew our production guy that time in, and so me and Steven were because John, it was the first time at Grizzly Rose. John wanted to use our gear. He didn't want anything going wrong. It was just a big deal. It was before we left, it was pretty much almost sold out, and so me and Steven were let's have a nice little man trip. Let's leave Tuesday. My buddy is equipment manager for the Rockies. We were gonna go go to the game and go to batting practice and do all this stuff. So we head west, and this story makes my skin crawl. It's the worst time I've ever had on the road. So we stop in St. Louis for the night, and we wake up. I was like, "Steven, you ever been to the Orange?" She goes, "No." I was like, let's go do that. So we take the van and trailer and we park at 11 a.m. Okay. Time is very important on this.
Okay.
At 11 a.m., broad daylight, lunchtime, park in this brewery parking lot, walk over, get an iced coffee, ride the little small thing up.
Yep.
With some people from Green Bay or wherever they're from, do the whole arch thing. A great man date. You know what I mean? Just a good man date.
Bro time.
Yeah. We get back. We were walking in the van. I was like, Steven had this camo hat, and it was on the ground. I was like, oh, dude, I must have kicked that out, man. I'm so sorry. Get closer. Somebody broke into our van, stole my suitcase and backpack, stole his suitcase and backpack. 4 laptops are missing. His in-ear monitors, his ears, both pairs gone. All this stuff's gone. Trailer intact because we have these mega locks on there.
Yeah.
Like you have to like weld this thing to get in there. Awful. No clothes, no nothing. Call police, make a report. We're sitting there for like an hour and a half. Finally, Steven calls back and goes, where are these people at? He calls the lady. The lady goes, oh, baby, we don't come out for petty theft like that. This is St. Louis.
Jeez, yeah.
And we're like, what the hell? So we're like, screw it. Let's keep moving. We stop in Columbia, Missouri, go to Hooters, have a beer, laugh it all off.
Best place for a beer.
Yeah, laugh it all off, get some wings, and we're like, all right, we can make the game tomorrow. Columbia to Denver is like 12 hours. Let's just go. So we're cruising, and all of a sudden, I'll never forget it. It was a white Nissan Altima pulls up right next to us on the interstate on I-70. And she's like, fire, fire. And I look in the side mirror, smoke everywhere. Get off the exit in Concordia, Missouri. Ever heard of it?
No.
Neither have they. I mean, small town. I mean, and we pull into it's like a TA, but it's like a Missouri version of a TA.
Yeah.
They can fix it. But we pull in at 5:13. They close at 5.
Oh, jeez.
So we drive slow across the interstate. There's a hotel. We're just going to wake up in the morning and figure it out. This Days Inn still had keys. Like, not cards, keys.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. We have no stuff, no clothes, no nothing. So we drop the trailer, take the van 20 minutes away to the closest Walmart. Tell the boys they're going to bring us all stuff, you know what I mean? But for the day, we get toothbrush, toothpaste, all that. And I bought this Hawaiian shirt and some shorts and just had a field day and went to this little bar that's like really small called D's and just played country music all night. Drove everybody out of there because they didn't want to hear that. Played pool. Get up the next day, get on the road, everything's fixed. And then they have to put a new tire because the tire melted. You know how that goes. And then the metal grate on the nose of the trailer started flapping because the crosswinds in Kansas are so bad. Stop at a truck stop, Gorilla Glue tape. I mean, it's a white trailer, orange spackle tape everywhere. We're just laughing. And then we are an hour outside of Denver. If you ever made that drive, literally there's signs that say free land if you put a business on it, because that's just how out of the way you are.
Yeah.
Driving, pop. And I look at Steven, I was like, if that is the new tire that they just put on today, you will never see me as mad as I'm going to be. Get out. Is that new tire? And I didn't even get mad. I laughed like a crazy person. And so, we carry a spare and a jack and all this in the trailer. Guess where the trailer keys were? In my backpack that was stolen in St. Louis.
Oh, Lord.
So the boys had just kind of landed. I call Scott, our drummer. I was like, hey, I'm going to call you an Uber. It's about an hour away. This is what's going on. So he gets there. The Uber driver didn't want to take him, obviously, because it was like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
AAA wouldn't come out. That's how far away we were. So he gets there. He unlocks the trailer. I mean, I was like a NASCAR pit guy. Like, I never changed a tire that fast. And Scott, God bless him, was like, hey, you want me to finish this up? I said, no, get in the effing back. Like, I'm finishing this drive. Get to the hotel, toss the keys. I was done. So then the next week, everything goes fine the rest of the week. We get back. The next week, we're playing in Minnesota, have an off day to get to one of those country concerts in Ohio. It wasn't, I think it was Country Fest. I don't.
Yeah, one of their big festivals.
Yeah, they've got like 4, and they're all called country something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just
Ohio shit.
Yeah. And so we have an off day. We have this great day planned. We're going to spend it in the dales of Wisconsin. Go to water parks and just have a time, kid. You know.
Yeah.
Raining a little bit. Boom. I'm like, I got this. Changed van tire went out. Changed it. Going down. We got music. You know how it is. Music's blasting. Everybody's having a good time. We're thinking about tomorrow. Scott goes, y'all smell that? No. Look in the side mirror. Smoke everywhere. We had lost both tires to the trailer. Okay. We only had one, so we had to call a tow truck. Guy's first day on the job. Has a flatbed. We had to put it up there. Our bass player, Steven, had worked at a tow company in college. He put it up there because the guy couldn't do it.
Jesus Christ.
So we have him drop it off at Walmart. Ooh. We're going to get 2 new tires and screw it. So put us in this hotel. Got us in this hotel. I stayed up till 5:30 whenever the tire center opened up. Went to Walmart. The guy was like, cool. It'll be done probably in an hour. So I take the van. I go back. Get a shower. By the time I'm out of the shower, guy goes, hey, you need to come back up here. We can't do this. Oh, no, excuse me. I forgot. I had to drive 45 minutes to get the tires because they didn't have them at, like, the Wisconsin Tractor Supply, whatever that thing's called. So I bring them back. I'm like, let me know when it's done. Be about an hour. Get a shower. He goes, hey, man, we're not going to be able to do this. I go back up there. I was like, Steven, wake up. Steven just falling asleep. I felt so bad. Steven's like my little partner in crime on the road. He's, like, so handy. And we go up there. He goes, can't do it. The axle's bent. They bent in. I'm like, what? Because I don't know what to tell you, man. So we have a show still. So, all right, I'm going to get a U-Haul trailer. Guess where the U-Haul place was? 45 minutes away next to that Tractor Supply place.
Oh, geez, you go all the way back.
Go all the way back, get this trailer, get everything in there. Our risers don't fit. Our drum riser doesn't fit. And it was like this cheap thing we found on Craigslist anyways. So we leave it there. We left this trailer just in Wisconsin. That was all in a 2-week span. I was so aggravated.
Yeah. I haven't run into anything quite like that. We've gotten into some stuff on the road with. One of our experiences. It was actually in Georgia. It was in Milledgeville. Yeah. Somebody slashed our trailer tire. Mm-hmm. In Milledgeville. That to me is one of the I love going to Georgia because the crowds are always great. When I was selling merch, they buy a ton of shit. Awesome, very welcoming people. Yeah. We have a lot of fun in Georgia. You might be biased towards Tifton, but like for you, of all those college towns that are down there, there's Tifton, Valdosta, Statesboro, Athens, Milledgeville, like which one, or Rome, like which one for you is like, how would you rank them?
Sadly, if number one overall is 2004 to 2009 or 2012 Statesboro.
So Statesboro before
anywhere else,
changed.
But that time. That was, it was like the number 4 party school, like Playboy.
I put Statesboro up there now.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of stuff has changed. Valdosta had a great reputation because of Rimerton and had the strip of bars. We kind of put Tifton on the map a little bit with our place. Milledgeville is always fun. Athens is the best college town in the whole country. And I'm a Florida Gator fan.
Charlie and Gary say that too, and they're Auburn boys. They say Athens is their favorite college town in the country.
There's nothing greater than a Friday night show in Athens and a day off, Friday night show in Athens and a day off Saturday. When there's a game coming to town, that town becomes like the 4th biggest town in Georgia with everybody coming in there. There's so many great bars and so much good food and so much, it's just an energy, man.
Lots of fun to be had.
Yeah, man. Athens, Georgia, and I openly say that as a Florida fan. You can't touch Athens, Georgia. No matter how hard you try, Athens, Georgia is the best college town in the whole country. So take that out of it, then it'll probably be Statesboro.
See, I like going out to the Midwest and doing some of those college towns. Like, have you done Manhattan, Kansas?
No, we haven't. But we did Ames, Iowa, and that place is rowdy.
Manhattan, Kansas, bro. They do dollar wells.
I used to do that.
Dollar wells the whole time. So, which sounds very Tifton thing to do. It sounds like Tifton. But Manhattan, Kansas, where Kansas State is, they have a strip called Aggieville, where like the Hat is the venue right on the end, and then it's like 15, 20 bars, all dollar wells, all night, and it's just rowdy kids that like to fight and fuck and have a good time.
Yeah, Ames was fun.
What's Ames? At Iowa State?
Yeah, Iowa State. They have like a Back to the Future theme bar down there.
Oh shit, that's cool.
We opened for like Jana Kramer at some like downtown outside amphitheater thing. Like the hell, like 3,000 or 4,000 people or whatever it was, and it was a block away from all the bars. So we sound checked and went to the Back to the Future bar because that's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I had good time in Ames, Iowa. Then we ended up going to this country bar, and I never, hand on Bible, I never had a Busch Light in my life. And somebody bought me a beer, and I was like, I'm 30. I was older than 30 then. I was like 32. I was like, I can drink a Miller Lite, you know what I mean? And they're like, no, this is like what you drink here. I'm like, all right. Turn up a Busch Light, and I was like, all right, I get it. Because, like, before Busch Light, Natty was, like, the thing.
Yeah.
But to date myself even older, Keystone was the first beer to sell a 30-pack.
Yep.
And it was $7.98. Shit you not. This is 2004, 5, 6 when I was in college. And that's what we drank. And very, very...
Down in Georgia, you guys were even drinking Keystone?
In 30 packs because of that. That was the only reason. It was Natty, if you had a little bit extra coin, but it was the 30 Stone, and it was, dude, it's so bad.
Yeah,
like,
I used to drink Keystone, but that's like growing up in New York, like in the Northeast, you have all the Pennsylvania. Used to drink a lot of Labatt or Labette, however you want to say it. We used to have all the Canadian beers.
Canadian Molson. Dude.
Yeah, Molson's are really good. Yeah, we used to, Yingling was a big one, Lion's Head, all that stuff.
When I was in college, Yingling wasn't even sold in Georgia yet. You had to go down to Florida, or like I did Ultimate Frisbee.
You were an Ultimate Frisbee guy?
My buddies were, so I was like, yeah, I'll go to this trip. You know what I mean? And play a little bit. I scored a point on Georgia. No big deal.
Hey, there you go.
But, so we went on this thing. We brought like 3 kegs of it back because it wasn't in whatever.
It's good beer.
And we had built 2 kegerators like in our garage out of old fridges. So we just put them in there, and then our buddy had the bar, and we put the other keg in that bar and kept it cold until we were ready for the other one. It was awesome.
Hell yeah, that is awesome. What's the wildest gig you've done with Jon? Like, what are wildest and then like most obscure? Like, because I'm sure you guys have done the Mudbog thing and like the private party thing, and like you've been to some interesting, like weird kind of stuff where it's different.
We just did our first round of Mudbogs this year.
It was just this year?
Yeah.
Really?
It's something we never really done. We did one in Arkansas, and then we did one somewhere else I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, did you do the one in Louisiana? Did you do Louisiana or Butler, Georgia, or any of those?
No, not in Georgia. I wish I remember what that was. And those are tough days because you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. Oh yeah, we did about 10 of them last year. So we do them, but they pay well. Those guarantees on those Mudbogs are out the ass.
They pay well. They treat you right. That's all you can ask for. It was definitely different because the first one, they have this big area marked off for people to put chairs and stand and all that stuff. And everyone sat on top of their 4-wheelers outside of the square.
Yep. Yeah. So it's like you're playing to like a crowd. Like the crowd is like the outer circle.
Yeah. Jon's one of the best entertainers. Like,
he's flying around
in our genre. Those guys didn't have a choice but to get up by that stage. We're tossing beers out like they didn't have it. That's where Jon wins, man. I stand by that. Jon is the best, or at least one of the best, like pure stage live guys in our genre and our format. And he just, he gets off stage, he's just dripping. So he's got football mentality, and like there's never a dull moment at our shows for that. So.
Speaking of never a dull moment, a place we got to say R.I.P. Slide and Ride, Martin, Tennessee.
Yeah, that was that was our last show before COVID.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there with Ethan Willis.
Yeah, that was our last show before COVID. It was, I didn't know I just recently learned that they closed that down. But they moved to Jackson, right?
They opened a second location in Jackson, and that one has Pookie and those guys have live bull riding in that venue. There's bulls in that venue.
Oh my god!
So it's not you ride the bull; it's you watch people ride the bulls with helmets on. Yeah.
So it's Tennessee Billy Bob's.
Yes, Tennessee Billy Bob's in Jackson, Tennessee, in a smaller area. But we did a show because my first time to slide and ride was with I went out there twice with Ethan Willis, which was when he was opening for you guys. And then I did one with Muscadine, and then I did one with Trey. The one with Trey was like January of 2021.
Yeah.
So it had just come back, and that I'd never because I had seen it packed with going to see Jon there, but slide and ride when you those small towns, man. When there's that energy of those that 800 to 1800 if you're being generous cap room. There's nothing like the energy in those small town kind of rooms, man.
No, man.
In Martin, Tennessee, those people got after it.
Yeah,
they are rowdy.
That club level, man, is infectious. You know what I mean? It's just they're small 1,000 cap rooms and everybody's right up on you. And it's just, I mean, there's so many places that I genuinely love. And God bless Jon for, letting me be a part of this. And I've got to see so many different places and cities and stuff, places I never imagined. I'm from, a little town in Georgia. I never thought I'd get out of there, and Jon is taking me around the world, and to Canada and Mexico and all these cool places, and you get to go to these legendary spots. I don't have a list of my I know where I like going.
You got to have a top 5.
Yeah, but it's so hard to even say that out loud.
Billy Bob's is on there.
Yeah, but it's because
I know you build relationships with the folks that work at the venue, like I've got with Wild Greg, or I've got with the folks at Coyote Joe's and the Blind Horse Saloon in Greenville.
Coyote Joe's is on my list because as a tour manager, it's an easy day. Heidi is on top of everything all day.
They got lunch there for you when you show up.
The sandwich bar.
The sandwich bar is phenomenal. The prime veggie trays right there. They hook it up with the barbecue in the green room.
Yeah, those wings and mac and shit. And the peanut butter pie, dude.
Peanut butter pie is great.
Yeah, Coyote Joe's is high on my list. Rick's in Starkville just because Rick is
he's OG, man.
He's
the man.
Man, Rick during COVID texted and checked on me. You know what I mean? Rick's just yeah, he's got a business and he's in it for the business, but at the same time, he actually cares about the humans in it. And we show we'll always try to get there before they close the next night or the night before because Rick will come sit up there and have a beer with us, and so Rick's for sure. Billy Bob's is obviously the premier. When you get to headline that back room at Billy Bob's, you okay, things are going the right way.
Shit means something.
Because, Texas doesn't care about what we do up here half the time. And
very true.
For Robert Gallagher to handpick Jon and be hey, you're up. And he let us play 2 times in 5 months.
Yeah, which is a huge deal.
And he put us on the same night Cody Johnson was in town, and we still did damn good number in there. And that just shows the love that he has. If you ask the band as a whole, because everybody likes different things. I'm just talking from a tour manager aspect. Yeah. Because Coyote Joe's and everything's laid out.
Joe's on weed?
Oh, Ed is the man, dude. Ed is.
There is only one Ed Worm.
Yes. Ed is Ed took a shot and let Jeb open up for Corey Smith, and, that's what Ed does. Ed's kind of like Rick, but he's just the Chicago Rick. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, there's just so many, if you ask the band as a whole, because everybody's top 5 are different, you know, the Blue Note in Columbia, Missouri is on everybody's top 5.
I've heard so much about that place. I haven't gotten to go there yet, and I'm hoping we get there at some point.
It's an old theater. The load-in is easy. The back door is right at the stage. Their production crew's on top of everything. Hospitality management's on top of everything. It's right in the middle of downtown, which is now SEC country.
Yep.
So it's a SEC school, and they got this coffee bar next door with the best Vietnamese coffee, iced coffee I've ever had in my life. I had one, and we didn't have a merch seller then, so we got the venue to sell. And I know after that, I went in there and went 100 miles an hour explaining this, and I had to stop and go, hey, I'm sorry, let me slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you sell it out, so we played it 4 times. We sold out 3. The first time they were only going to open the bottom part. but Jon did so well, they had to open up the upper deck. And even the guy was like, hey, man, I don't know who you guys are, but, like, let's do this shit again. Sold it out 3 times. They give you a little trophy. It's a microphone that says, sold out, fuck yeah, on it. And, like,
oh, shit.
So
That's awesome.
Jon kept the first one. He gave me the second one, which is in my office at Seagill. And then Carrie Edwards has one as well. And it's just, like, I cannot wait to go back there in November. Like, that's just one of those places you walk in. It's the same light guy. It's the same production, and you're just hugging like, "Hey, give me."
Yeah,
it's good to see you again. And we haven't been there since we played February 2020, right before it shut down. We played on my birthday weekend.
So you're due to go. You guys do have a date coming up?
Yeah, we're doing Midnight Rodeo in Springfield, and then Saturday, November 12th, wherever that is, in Columbia. And I cannot wait.
So it's a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
Yeah, and Missouri's out of town, so it'll be.
Yeah, that is the place to be.
Yeah, so we're pumped for that.
Fuck yeah!
But like, yeah, there's so many. Like, I don't want to offend anybody when I talk about that because I've done that before, and like, I left out Rick's, and Rick's like sending me a sad face, and I'm like, dude, like, I'm so
that's
sorry,
funny,
like,
yeah.
I got put on the spot, but like, yeah, I mean, Rick's, Cotty Joe's, Billy Bob's, Blue Note.
Have you done Tumbleweed in Stillwater?
No, we have not played in Oklahoma.
Tumbleweed in Stillwater is one of my favorites. We're going out there next week for the Outside City Limits Festival, and they always take such good care of us. And it's that place, and it's like you said, it's funny going out to Red Dirt Country because it's different.
Yeah,
you know, and it's cool when you're with a Nashville act that gets to go out there and gets to do the because the Nashville crowd and the Texas crowd are very different.
Yeah.
If they like your shit in Texas, sometimes they're just dancing in a circle to it. They're swing dancing to it if they like that. Or they're up front and rocking like you're in Tifton and they're in the front row and they're rocking. We like it when they're rocking, or I think our guys at least do. You know, it was a little odd the first time, and you got people two-stepping and twirling around the dick down in Dallas. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely, you know, we had played Billy Bob's with Cole before. You know, they don't typically let openers, but they bought the tour package, and we were on the tour, and to see him sit down at tables was like
the picnic table thing tripped me out
the
first
craziest thing. And so when we got in there, I made a joke, was like, so are we moving these tables out tonight? Robert goes, no, you ain't earned that yet. I was like, all right, dude. So, but no, I mean, there's so many, like I said, I'm so grateful to, you know, that I got a best friend like Jon who like lets me do this and is so understanding about like my other goals and my other passions and my other dreams, like as far as, you know, this publishing stuff. And my boss, Chris Dubois, for those who don't know, Chris Dubois got
fucking
hits.
The definition of a heavy hitter.
Hits.
Such a heavy hitter that he has his own publishing company.
Yeah, he's got hits. I mean, like, all the Brad Paisley stuff you love. He wrote Buy Me a Boat. He just got a #1 on You Should Probably Leave.
Did he have some Carrie Underwood stuff too?
I think he's on one with Kelly Lovelace.
Okay.
But no, he's he's such a professional writer. Like he cares about. He's just not in there to bust a song out and leave. Like
and developing talent.
Yeah.
It seems like is a big thing going on at Seagill right now with the roster you guys have and how it's growing and seeing artists like Jordan and Jeb doing their thing and Everett and different people coming up. You guys aren't just looking for people to write songs. You're looking to grow people into talented writers and artists.
Well, that's where we're heading nowadays with just, you know, the way publishing's working. It's a tough business to be in.
How big was that news that came out yesterday? The 15%.
I mean, it's going from what, like 7 something. I mean, you're getting double, which is not great, but it's a good start on where we're going.
Big step in the fight.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, every little thing counts. I mean, these there's no songs without songwriters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The quality. There's so many people who can tell stories better than some of the artists can write. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Like I love when people are comfortable enough to take an outside song and realize what a good song is. I mean, like The House That Built Me would have never seen the light of day if, you know, there's no artist on that, you know, or, you know, so I love pitching songs. It's like, it's hard because it's 99% no's.
Yeah.
And you got to like navigate those waters because like, you know, you get to know a song like Lynn Hutton is one of the writers I get to work with.
Another heavy hitter.
He's
just
Eric Church Cuts. Nobody gets Eric Church Cuts.
No.
And he's got, you know, he wrote Jack Daniels Kicked My Ass Again last night, and then that was a cold one.
Yep.
2 of his bigger songs.
Yeah.
And, and you get to work with him and then get to meet, his wife Tammy and see what like cuts and stuff mean to them. You know what I mean? Because that's how they make their money and how they're, surviving. And then, so you care a lot more. You know what I mean?
You become invested.
Yeah, man. Like, I want to get Lynn another number 1. Like, I want to stand on stage and I want to introduce him to the town and be like, hey, suckers, like Lynn Hutton right here, and he's doing well. He's going to be on the Laney record. He's all over the Jameson Rogers stuff. He's got a cut on John.
How many calls are you making a day plugging?
It varies. I mean, like, there's a lot of calendar work that goes into it, which is, I'll openly admit, not my strongest suit.
Admin kind of stuff, or you're just
booking rights.
calendars?
Yeah, just booking rights and stuff like that. But I get a lot of my cuts through my artist relationships. You know what I mean? And I don't send 900 songs to an artist because that just gets overwhelming, and it's like I'm trying to sell them something.
Yeah, they're not going to open. They're going to see 900 songs and be like, I'm not opening this Dropbox. I'm not opening this file share.
But when I send something, they know, and I want them to know, if in case they don't know, it's like I put a lot of time and thought into actually sending that song. There's plenty of songs I would love to send, but I've literally thought about it long enough, listened to it at least 5 or 6 times, and been like, all right, this is it. You know what I mean? And I'm grateful for the opportunity, and and to work with everybody over at Gayle. I mean, the 2 girls, I say ladies, that work with me, Kim Wiggins, who has been in the business for a while.
Kim is awesome.
She's
great.
Man, Kim Wiggins is a pro's pro. I've learned so much from her with her time there. She got there a year after I did, and she knows how to navigate me when I'm like upset or like I'm feeling a certain way about something. She's got enough experience in the business to like, hey, like calm me down, or or like guide me through any kind of situation. I'm very grateful to have Kim on my side, and Emily Craig, who's married to Adam.
Yeah.
She started a couple years ago, and to watch her grow and sign people now, and like just man, it's a good company. Kendra Smith.
Yep.
Kendra was my intern. Or I say my intern, our intern, and now she's our catalog manager, and Brandon Gregg, who's our.
You got a great team over there.
Yeah, man.
You
Like,
really
I just want to make sure I said everybody's name because, like, I genuinely love that place, and there's a lot of stuff that we're getting done right now, and I'm just excited to see such a small independent grow the way we're growing with all these artists, like you said.
Yeah, I was going to ask, being a part of an independent thing, but also you with your background, like you're in a way, like I came up doing radio stuff. I don't have this music business fancy Belmont degree. Nikki T doesn't have it either.
Neither do I,
a lot
buddy.
of my friends that are doing shit in town right now don't have that. And to me, it could be the New Yorker in me, where it's just the hustling and like kind of having a little chip on there, where it's like I'm proud to be doing this and not have I call it the B word, the Belmont degree.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that a little bit. Do you have that kind of thing, and do you have that being with an independent publisher like Gayle, like
no, that's what
that underdog mentality kind of thing?
No, we get all our interns from there, and there's a lot of good kids. I mean, CJ Solar was an intern for us.
Oh yeah, no, I know there's a lot of good stuff out there, but I feel like just
no, I don't really. There's many roads that can get you to Walmart. You know what I mean? There's many paths, and mine was a dirt road. You know what I mean? And that's the way I look at it. And like everybody moves to this town for a dream. And who am I to? And I'm not getting on your shit or nothing, but
I got you.
Like some people got put in a better situation than we did. Not their fault.
Yeah,
let them chase their dreams. Like Graham, he just dropped a song with Preachers and People.
Yep.
Preachers need people like me. He's my intern.
Yeah.
Cool as shit. Never would have met the kid if he wasn't the intern.
Yeah, if he wasn't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't get into all that because I didn't live here long enough, or like, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't rub me the wrong way. I just, you're going to work hard regardless. If you work hard, you're straight.
Work hard, good shit happens. Yeah, you work hard and you're a good person.
Yeah, doesn't matter if you went to Phoenix Online or Belmont. You know what I mean? Like if that's the path you had to take, like I know that was probably the most redneck things I've ever said. But you know, everybody's trying to get to Walmart, but you know, I just had to take a dirt road. Everybody else got to take the freeway.
Now, two Nashville institutions you've had a lot of involvement in, and I know because of you posting about them and stuff. Daddy's Dogs,
Yeah, man.
and Tin Roof. How important are both of those things to you? Because they are Nashville staples, and you got to kind of when you moved to town, they were kind of still coming up. They weren't what they are now.
Yeah, I mean, Sean and Andrew at Daddy's Dogs. I mean, so when I moved up here, you know, I had to find something. I didn't want to get back in the bar. Had plenty of opportunities to bartend and do some other stuff, and I was like, if I get back in that bar, I'm not getting back out.
Yeah.
It can be a trap. And I had to find something to make it, so I didn't blow my savings or nothing like that. And Sean and Andrew hired me at Daddy's Dogs, and I would work outside of Losers on like Mondays and Tuesdays.
What a networking opportunity. That is where you meet everybody.
Dude, I would have, I shit you not, Megan Patrick, Farron Rachel's, Lainey Wilson, all that whole group of people.
That girl gang, yeah.
Would come and sit on the coolers and play me demos and just hang out with me, and you know, Megan would bum dips off me, and you know, and it was sneak me beers and stuff like that. You know, sorry, Sean. You know, and you know, it was that. You know, that can get misconstrued from the outside of like, look at that guy, look what he's doing. That, you know, it's selling hot dogs and stuff like that. But you know what, man? Like, it enabled me to stay here. It enabled me to go on the road on the weekends. And it kind of made me tougher to the nose a little bit. I'm not going to lie. And Sean tour managed El King for a little bit. Andrew played, I think, with Mickey Guyton a little bit on guitar. And so those guys have toured, and they're in the music business, so they understood it. So when I had, you know, I'll tell you this, I got my job at Gayle. Man, it was crazy. I was actually working at Daddy's Dogs when I got the call. I had taken a meeting with Mark Driscoll, who was our VP, and then did one with Chris. It was a dinner, and then I didn't hear anything. And I'm like, and I've been trying to get in publishing. I met with some companies, and I was like, you're an idiot. Why did you leave Tifton? You left a gold mine. You know, you had such a good thing going. It was, I'll never forget, it was the Winterfest in Centennial Park. And I had to get out there early because the festival opened at 10. So I had to like go to the old Daddy's Dog's house, get the cart, load the coolers. The girl didn't show up because it was December 1st. It was snowing. It was 12 degrees. So I was out there by myself, setting this tent. And me and God were like, we were going at it. That was one of the few times me and God had a, come on, bro, like meeting. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, you moron, and just so down on myself. I'm not selling any hot dogs till lunchtime, so I'm out there from like 7 to 12 freezing. God bless Sean for having these little heaters that are not enough. And then Saturday, it was a Saturday, phone rings, Mark Driscoll, and I was like, it's like, hello? He goes, hey, man, you busy? I was like, nah, man, what's going on? He goes, hey, so, you know, we've met, and we want to offer you a job for, you know, X amount of money and full benefits and all this stuff. You interested? I said, buddy, you could have had me for nothing. You're an idiot. I would have took this job for free. And called Sean. You know, I called my folks, and I, called my buddies and John and everybody, and let them know what was going on. And then called Sean, and Sean was just like, man, I hate losing you, but like, this is it, dude. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Sean texts me once a month, every other couple months. And Sean's Big Daddy. It's his face on everything.
Yep. Yeah.
And dude, he's been such a support system and such a good thing for this town. And he gets involved. So I try to do everything I can for him, hook him up with contacts or whatever.
Remember the concerts they were doing during COVID, the drive up things, man.
Yeah.
Those were
we did one. Gayle did one of those, and I got a lot of love for that. Even like they're hiring right now. I reposted their hiring.
I saw
thing,
that, yeah.
Just because like you never know who's going to see that, and there's no shame in working hard to get by. You know what I mean? But I fully embraced it. Like I posted videos of me cooking hot dogs. Like I just loved it. I didn't, it's not a serious job, but like the cause is serious. It's good for Nashville, and it's
a staple, dude.
Yeah, and Tin Roof is just Tin Roof, man. Like that's just that's the spot.
Hey, I don't need a job, but I love Daddy's Dogs, so I'd go work there just to get some free hot dogs.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. They pay well. Plus, you got drunk people tipping you. I mean, dude, I don't want to because I don't know if it's changed hourly or not, so I don't want to say that. I'll tell you later. But like, that hourly was nice, dude.
Oh, I can imagine.
And then people
don't they have a spot down on? It's I think I had it down on Printers Alley.
Yeah, they open.
They're all over the place now.
When I was getting started with them, they were opening up the nations. So I was in there like helping paint and cleaning and installing like whatever they need, building shelves and stuff like that. And man, and then they opened Printers Alley, and man, I love that company, dude.
I used to get hot. So my first job in town, I was a bouncer on Broadway. That was my way of staying here.
You
When I
bounced?
moved, I was a door guy at Whiskey Row.
Oh man,
I was a Broadway guy.
not right. I was never.
And I was there for a year, but like similar to your kind of story where I was like, there were nights where I was like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want to be working this Saturday night when the Eagles are coming into play against the Titans the next night, and I'm just fighting dudes from Philly all night. Like, it ain't worth the $15 an hour in the door money, but that's how I met Tyler, who is he's doing now he's tour managing and production managing for Gary and Charlie, and that was how I got the Muscadine gig, was by again just you're in that. And I had a lot of moments like that where I was like, am I an idiot for leaving New York and New Jersey for coming down here?
Yeah,
but
man.
It's like, again, you got to do what you got to do to stay in town. It's important.
There's a writer. I say a writer because I want people to know he's a great writer. But Swindell's guitar player's name's Joel Hutzel.
Yeah. I know Joel.
And Joel is a guy, like, I was talking about moving up and stuff like that. And he looks at me one time and goes, "Buddy, you can't win the game if you're not there to play it." And I'm like, all right, Joel, fire me up one time. Let's get, so I always tell people Joel says that. That's one of my other big things I like telling people and I let people know that Joel said that, because he's right, man. If you're not here to play the game, you can't win it. And 84 people, it's probably more than that. 84 people move here a day. They want your spot. They want my spot.
Yeah.
They want Luke Bryan's spot. They want, you know what I mean? So you have to work a little bit. These people that move here for 2 years and then go home and shit on Nashville because, they didn't make it or whatever. Man, you didn't work hard enough. Like, it's a 10-year town, and Haley Woodard did 12 years in a 10-year town for a reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and everybody's, like you said, everybody's path is different.
Yeah, man, it's such a competitive town, but I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Man.
Me too.
I love getting to see the country with John and just help him as much as I can.
Do you think touring helps you not get sick of Nashville because we're gone so much?
Yes.
I think for me, that's because I think if I had stayed bouncing and I was doing that 5 nights a week on Broadway, I'd feel different. But going to XYZ town, city, it keeps it fresh.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's it's grown. Nashville's grown a lot.
Since you've been here, especially.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot different, but I love it, man. It's just, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to say little New York City, but there's always something in the air there. You know what I mean? Like, it's
there's an energy.
Yeah, man. It's cool to watch. You could go into, that's what I tell people all the time. I'll get people that visit and they'll send me a video of somebody playing. They're like, "This is the best guy I ever heard." I was like, yeah, everybody's best from their hometown is here. And some of them are playing Chili's. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. And I love it. And the people who really, hunker down and work are the people who end up, making it. And that's, I got a lot of love for Charlie and Gary, the way they do stuff and their mentality on things. And, those boys work hard. And, that whole, like you talking about, that whole class of guys of, Riley, John, Combs, and Travis Denning and people like that. Those are, they came here to do the damn thing, In that same group, Jordan Rager and Cole Taylor,
Yep.
Like, I love it, man. It's an infectious town, and there's nowhere I'd rather be. And like I said, like I'm very blessed to get. Most people don't get to do one thing they love. I get to do 2 things I love, and I'm very, very. It is not lost. Like Coach Taylor on Friday Night Lights says, he's like, it ain't lost on me.
Yep,
it's not lost on me. Like I understand that I'm a very lucky human to get to do this.
But you worked your ass off to get here, dude.
Hey,
that's
man,
part of it.
And I'll tell you one cool thing is. So John does hate one thing I do.
What's that?
Anytime we have a big night or a big celebration, I kind of give him a hug. It's like, we still got work to do. He's like, man, just enjoy it. And I'm like, we still got work to do. And that's our mentality. Well, he makes his Grand Ole Opry debut. God bless John for being one of the best dudes I know. We were supposed to play Grand Ole Opry 2020, April 2020. Gets canceled. And then they come around and ask again. And so I get a phone call. John's like, hey, man, got a new Opry date. I was like, hell yes, because I'd never been.
Yeah.
I said I was not going to the Grand Ole Opry till Jon Langston plays it. I missed Fletcher, Combs, Ray. I missed all the homies' Denning. I missed all the homies' debut because I stuck to this promise. And Fletcher and Everett were making their debut in January. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I might get to go watch them. He goes, man, they told me I could pick any of these days, and I picked February 22nd. I said, dude, what? He goes, dude, you waited this long? Like, it's got to be your birthday. So I miss Fletcher and Everett, obviously.
Yeah.
And I say we, but he makes his Grand Ole Opry debut on my birthday. That's what kind of guy John is, because he knew how important that was. I'd been in Nashville forever, never been to the holy grounds of
wait until he was playing and he was standing in the circle.
And we get in there and we go to the green room, and I guess he had already been there or like snuck it in, or I forgot how that happened. It was such an all day for me because I was looking around.
Yeah, you're a historian of country.
Yeah.
You love country music.
I love
man.
country music. I'm looking at like names on the wall, and like they got Luke Combs' hat, Kaidu Joe's hat in a case, and I'm like, man, that guy played my bar. You know what I mean? Like all this cool stuff, and get in the green room, and he's got this guitar. He's like, get that guitar out of the case for me. And it was his guitar from Radio Tour, and he had wrote a nice note for happy birthday for me. And at the bottom, he says, P.S. We still got work to do.
Hell yeah.
So if you ever need to know anything about Jon Langston, that's the kind of guy he is. So I'm very lucky.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I hate telling that story because I get all like,
dude. It's a family thing. That's your fucking brother. And you guys have been through breaking down on the way to Colorado together, and been through all that, and then to see and then like you said, still got work to do. You guys still growing. And now another thing that you love that I got to ask about, because and down here, you're the fast food game. Bojangles. What is it about Bojangles that separates it from all the other? Because we don't have all these chicken places up north. We got Popeyes and KFC, and that's it.
Man,
I like Bojangles though. It's good.
Bojangles is awesome. Because
do they sponsor you yet?
I've done some stuff for them.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny. I the first like giveaway thing I got to do, it was this thing where I had to post and you tag people, and I was giving away like a $50 gift card or whatever. Nobody tagged anybody because everybody was just so happy it finally happened for me. Like, it's like 200 some comments like, you finally did it. Way to go. I'm so proud of you and all this. I'm like, damn, I have nobody to give these gift cards to, you know? But no, I mean, you get a breakfast biscuit all day. You wake up hungover at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever it is, and you're like, damn, I missed breakfast. Well, no, you didn't, because Bojangles.
It's bow time.
It's always bow time. Cajun filet biscuit, egg and cheese, whatever kind of tea you drink. Order I got. I'm now on the unsweet tea game. I'm not a real Southerner anymore. And the bow rounds. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's.
Do you fuck with the Bowberry biscuits if you're feeling frisky?
No, you know what?
There are a lot of sugar in those things.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, I know what I look like. I'm not a sweets guy.
Really?
Like, I'll dabble with like some hot chocolate chip cookies out of the oven, but not. Give me an extra hot dog, or give me some more fries. Like that. That's my thing. You know what I mean? Like,
you won't get the chocolate cake at Portillo's?
No, I get the chocolate cake shake.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I didn't do the shake last time. I've only been there once. I got the...
Okay.
Trey was giving me shit because he's been on the diet game. Trey's down about 30 pounds right now. I give him credit because he was in... I've been on the road. It's just been me and him on the road together the last couple of weeks, and we were in Chicago. And Chicago is a legal state and city. So I'm hitting the dispos. I'm feeling extra hungry. I'm getting my Illuminati's, deep dish pizza. I'm eating all this shit. I ate the big beef sandwich they have there.
That's what you eat.
Ate it wet. I couldn't decide between fries and onion rings, so I got a small fry and a small onion ring. And the old lady behind me said, you better get the chocolate cake. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get the chocolate cake too.
Yep.
I ate all of that in about 15 minutes before we had to be at the Kid Rock show. And Trey was just looking at me like, you fat fuck. And I'm like, man, it tastes so good though.
Portillo's where it's at, dude.
It's so good.
I don't get that's another case of like the extra. I get the Portillo's beef sandwich.
You get it wet?
Portillo's way, which is wet with extra onions and all that stuff.
Ooh, okay.
And then I get a dog too because it's Chicago, so I get a Chicago dog, and then I'll get a cake shake usually.
I've heard the cake. I mean, are there actually pieces of cake in the shake,
buddy?
All right, next time, McElwain, remember that. Next time we're up there, We're getting Portillo's and we're getting cake shakes.
Buddy, Portillo's. If you got the extra coin, Chicago Cut is the best steak restaurant in the whole country.
Really?
I mean, dude, it's like.
Do you know Dave Canavan? You know him well. He has Emerald Isle, the bar up there. He's boys with partners with Ed on a lot of stuff up there.
If I've met him, I met him in passing.
Yeah, he's a good dude. But he kind of was like, because we went to the casino. Have you been to the Rivers Casino up in Chicago?
No, and I like to.
Casinos are dangerous, bro, especially on the road when you're with the boys.
Yeah, me and John are connoisseurs of casinos, and if there's like trips where like we need to get out, like I kind of don't mention them. You know what I mean? I don't even think he knew there was if he watches this, he's going to learn there's a casino in Chicago now. But no.
It's right in the heart of it, too.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Not far from Wrigleyville.
No, our Chicago trips are pretty, like, planned out because that's, like, dude, it's one of our favorite cities to go to, and obviously because of Ed and Joe's. But we go to the Cut, then we go to.
You been to a Cubs game?
Oh yeah, I've been to a couple of Cubs games. I went this year when Jeb played. Saw Cubs Braves and
sick. That's great.
We were on our 14-game winning streak and Cubs were on their 12-game losing streak and the Cubs beat us. So I jinxed us. But and then what's the bar called? There's a bar we like going to. Old Mother Hubbard's. It's one of seven or 10 bars. I forget what it is. That's allowed to stay open until 4 a.m. And it's basically like the tin roof of Chicago. It's like an old sports bar. It's, you know what I mean? Like Christmas lights up.
Just a good time.
Man, good bartenders who remember us every time we go in there.
Really?
Which is cool.
That's impressive when you're just visiting.
Yeah. It's the same, like, lady. I say lady. I don't know who she is. But she's always in there, and she's like, oh, Nashville. So last time I was out there with Jeff, she did that. I was like.
So Chicago's your favorite one to go? Favorite city to go to?
Chicago's up there. Portland, Oregon is up there for me. We're actually going there next week. We're doing.
Why Portland? I feel like that's just so out there, and I haven't been up that way.
Dude,
I've been to Portland, Maine a bunch. I haven't been to Portland, Oregon.
Summers in Portland, Oregon, it's like 70 degrees, no humidity. They've got like this food truck alley that's like a mile long.
Food truck alley.
Like it's nothing but food trucks. It is. We're going up next week. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, please do.
If we get time to roll through there. But I mean, any kind of food you can think of is like in this block of just food trucks, and then Voodoo Donuts, which is like
Voodoo Donuts is great. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, we had a good time. We did like 3 days up there in Portland. I like it up there a lot, man. We found the only country bar.
Hey, there you go.
And drank. They had like John Daly's on like for their special, and we just sat up there and drank John Daly's. But I love Portland. I love Cincinnati. Cincinnati's very underrated.
Yeah.
They have a casino as well.
Yes, they do. Been there.
They have a casino and a tin roof.
Yep.
So very underrated city. Plus, like, you got the van days where you're driving. There's not a more beautiful drive in or out. I've hit it at sun up, sundown, just going over that bridge and looking at Cincinnati.
Yeah, the Bengals Stadium's right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then you get to drive through like the heart. I'm like, man, this is like whoever designed this, like whatever architect or whoever did this right, because you're just coming through Florence, y'all. You know that big water tower.
Yep.
You going through.
You get from Kentucky to Ohio real quick.
Yeah, you're just like, oh shit. You know, nothing. Oh man, this is beautiful right here.
Yeah.
And then nothing till Columbus. So, no, that's one of the craziest things is like learning the whole country.
Yeah, learning the hype. And if you've been in the van, do you still drive the bus every now and again?
I help out with that because you don't need a CDL for it. I think we're like
that's how we are with the bandwagon.
Yeah, and I like driving. I feel the safest when I'm driving, obviously.
What do you have up? Are you a Gatorade guy? Are you a peanut M&M's guy? What are you like snacking on, drinking on? Jerky guy?
No, dude, I'm not really a big snack guy when I'm driving.
Are you a Zit? You just popping in the Zins?
Yeah, man, I have it. I gave up dip in 2020.
God bless you.
When everybody else picked it back up.
Yeah.
And then I've had a couple, in the times. But it's
What was your can of choice?
Grizzly Wintergreen.
Grizzly Wintergreen guy?
Dude, welfare bear.
Welfare bear.
All day long, dude. It was $2.87 a can.
Yeah.
And dude, I'd buy it by the roll and feel like a king, dude. But I got on the Zen train.
I'm gonna have to swap because the skull over here.
Yes, the price of skull has gone up here recently.
$5 a can almost.
$5 a can for skull. You got to get on that Grizzly.
No, I got out at the right time.
You did.
Yeah, I know.
It's like Dogecoin. You got out at the right time.
This stuff is expensive too, for like the 15 pouches or whatever. But I mean, dude, when I got on that, I was such a big dipper. Like, I would do the sixes, and I'd put 3 sixes in my mouth, so 18 milligrams of like nicotine.
Jeez.
And like that was the only thing that would help me. And then I've weaned off. On the threes, I do like 2 threes just for instead of 1 6, just for so I could feel it in my mouth, kind of thing. Use that as a sound bite, but no, it's literally black coffee, iced coffee usually, and
good cold brew,
nicotine, and Keith Whitley. Though I think the boys are about sick of hearing Keith Whitley out of the front of that thing. But old country, I mean, what's cool is Brad will hop up with me and he'll play like the rock stuff or play me his demos, and Steven hops up and it's like Boys to Men and stuff like that, and so I mean it's good. Our old sound guy Jason would get up there and play hard rock, and like I could tolerate the Nickelback. And
you're not a big butt rock guy,
man. So our new drummer his name's Pablo Riveras. He was in Chelsea Grin. Steven and Brad love heavy metal. So dude, when John goes to bed and like that lounge area, like 2 a.m, it's like
there was room for a mosh pit, they'd be doing it.
I'm like, what the hell is and like there's a sub, like Tommy did this right, put a great sound system. The sub is right behind the driver's seat. So it's just I'm like, what in the I still haven't figured out how to unhook that thing. I'm gonna learn how to unhook that thing. But no, I mean we got a good crew, and it's God's good. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Life is good. God's good. I just love sitting here and talk. I'm not a me guy. You know what I mean? That's kind of why I put this off for like the longest time.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of respect for what you do and Nikki T, and just
appreciate
a lot
that, man.
A lot of stuff going on in town. The In the Round podcast, the In the Round stuff over at Live Oak.
Yeah, the round's taken off from what it was. I mean, we had helped. I don't want to say like 2020 was a great year for the second half of 2020 for me was awesome, between seeing what happened with Trey and all of his stuff, and then we were one of the few rounds. We were lucky to be at Live Oak, and they let us do our thing, even though there were people up in the apartment across the street taking pictures from the balcony, trying to get them in trouble.
Well, Hason's a G.
Hasten is a G, dude. He is the man. To me, he's one of the best ambassadors as far as like bar owners in town. Yeah. He's right up there with anybody else, and just supporting the music, supporting what we do on the industry side. Like he's the guy.
Yeah, Hasten. In the same aspect of obviously Ward's great.
Yeah, dude. I call Ward the Godfather.
Ward, we did a whiskey jam in Tifton. You
did a whiskey jam at the gin?
Back in the day, we had Travis, Farron Rachel's, Eric Dillon, Ward played. And it wasn't how it is up here, because it was a rowdy-ass college bar. I mean, it was like...
I did not know. I would have paid to have seen that. The Tifton crowd at a whiskey jam?
Yeah, man. That's where I met Eric Dillon at. I'm not going to tell that story on camera because I love Eric. Eric had... It was a fun night. Me and Eric still talk about that, man, every time I see him, man. But Ward, nobody's doing what Ward's doing, and everybody tries to replicate, obviously, because it's such a music town. But the brand, alone is just.
Yeah, I say if it weren't for Ward, I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing.
No, he literally gave the town the playbook. You know what I mean? And he's such an evil genius. He didn't give you all the plays because he's still growing, and Ward is Ward's somebody I lean on a lot in town.
He's somebody I can take. He's one of those guys that'll just bring, me being it'll be 4 years in October that I've lived here, and Ward's been here obviously a lot longer. That whiskey jam's older than I've been in town. Yeah. And I could shoot him a text or give him a call, and he'll answer. He'll hit me back. He's very supportive of what we all do. It's important to have that in the community.
Yeah, Ward likes the idea of Nashville growing, and I mean, we did the Hardy takeover, and just to watch all that go down and just take a step back and just look and be like, damn, Ward, and Ryan Onan, he's a part of that too.
Yep.
I want to make sure his name is said because Ryan's just the biggest part of that. And
that was Nikki T's thing with Hicks tape.
Yeah,
Nikki T was. I was texting Nikki T, and he's like, "Bro, you're not gonna believe." We were out on the road. We were heading out to I think Indiana that night, and Nikki T was like, "Bro, you're not gonna believe what's going on over here."
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was wild. John went up on the bus with Hardy, and I went to go grab him for our set or whatever, and I popped my head up, said hey to Hardy, and was like, dude, you broke losers.
You broke the bar.
You broke the bar. He just laughed. It's man, and throw Hardy in that category too. I mean, he's. Man.
You've watched him come up.
I met Hardy back in the day. He played bass for CJ Solar.
Yeah, he was a bass player.
And CJ played my bar, and man, to watch Hardy just evolve like that, I mean, it's special.
You've seen all those Hardy, Morgan, everybody that's out there right now. You've gotten to see,
man,
from your time in town or just being in the business.
Yeah, man, it makes me excited about, what's coming.
There's a lot of cats out there coming up right now.
There's some dude at Red Door tonight that's going to be Luke Combs big, and nobody knows it yet.
Nobody has any idea. And he's just sitting there spending his last $20 having a good time with his friends.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the beauty of this town. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, and sometimes it's luck too, and being in the right place in the right time. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some kid going to be at Red Door tonight that's going to be selling out stadiums one day, and it's like, man, that's what this town's all about, dude. Just the come up and the hard work, and I don't know, man. I just love it here. Yeah. I never thought I'd leave Georgia. Never, ever. I love where I'm from. I mean, you go on my Facebook. I've got my Camden County. I'm from Camden County, Georgia. That is my Facebook picture header. I'm proud of where I'm from. The 912, and Dylan and Screech know all about that, and and watching watching the Dylans and the Noah Hicks come up and have their turn. It's just so, I mean, where do you get to see that? Okay, the minor leagues, you get to see it for somebody's down there for 6 months and then they make it to the big leagues or whatever, but somebody's working their ass off for 10 years before they even get to sniff double A. So, and then Bradley Jordan, of course. I definitely.
Uncle Ronnie.
Yeah, I've known Bradley since 2011.
Yeah.
A long time. I used to go to Peachtree Tavern and hang with him and hang with his crowd. And, he's got a lot of good stuff going on with him. And I would put him and Ward in the same category as, I hope that one day there's, a place in the Hall of Fame dedicated to guys like those two and Ed Warm and Rick and stuff like that, because they're a big part of. Because
without them, none of the guys we work with are at the point that we're not at. Country music as a whole would not be the same without those kind of guys.
Yeah, I mean, you asked me today, Country Music Hall of Fame, Bradley Jordan and Ward Gunther.
Yeah,
and Rick and all those guys I don't know, Robert Gallagher.
Yep.
They all deserve their little spot in that, because without those clubs, there's nowhere to cut your teeth and figure out what works, what doesn't work. There's no way to build a fan base. You don't get to the radio without those guys.
Yep.
Hands down. And I genuinely mean that. I'm not just saying that to be whatever. The Country Music Hall of Fame needs to have guys like Ward and Bradley Jordan in there.
100%.
At least for a month. You know what I mean? At least give them their flowers while they're still here, and not have to talk about them oh, he was so good.
Yeah, no need for a was. They are. Yep, they are in the present. What's something you wish you could have? What's something you would tell yourself, say 7 years ago? You're grinding down at the gym before coming up here. What's something you'd tell yourself now?
Pack your shit and get up here now.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I got lucky moving when I did, and it wasn't like a lot of people who move here. I knew people here already. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I didn't have it as hard. I knew where the spots were. I knew where to go and where to hang and how to network and stuff like that. But just get up here sooner and trust in yourself. I mean, I had a lot of people from, the Coles in the world and Luke's and Carrie's and John's, telling you for so long, dude, just you're better than a bar. You know what I mean? And there's no negative to that at all. I love my time down there. And, it's just one of those things, man. Like I should have been up here. I should have left out Austin 2009 and just said, I'm out. I'm going up there. But
your years that you were there.
But you never know. Like
everything happens for a reason. God has a path, and you got to go on it.
Yeah, man. It's God's been very good to me. I'm very open about that stuff.
Yep.
I mean, everybody knows that. It's you put your faith in the Lord, and He'll return it. Might not be the way you see it at first.
Yeah.
You might be selling hot dogs.
That's for sure.
In front of the bar for a little bit, but there's a method to the madness, and not only just putting your faith up there with Him, surround yourself with good people, and good things happen. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's really it, man.
Dude, well, this has been a pleasure, man.
Sorry if I went too long.
No, dude. The more you talk, the better the episode is.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's guests that I've had that won't say a word, and it's like pulling. It's like I'm a dentist pulling their teeth out.
Yeah.
So this was freaking great. JD, really appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, I love you. I'm proud of what you do, and keep it up, and keep giving all these guys chances. Because without your rounds, some people don't ever get heard, and songs never get heard, and you never know whose life you're gonna change, man.
Yeah, man. I sure as hell appreciate that, man. Y'all be sure look him up on social media, JD Groover. Look up all the dates where you guys are gonna be out on the road.
Yeah, we're this is our only weekend off till Thanksgiving.
Let's go. That's exciting stuff. I know the lady back home doesn't like hearing that, but that as a guy that tours, that hypes me up to hear.
Yeah, man. It's
what we love.
There's I know at one point nobody played more shows in our genre than Jon Langston at one point. We were road dogs. We ain't scared to. I mean, we've been from Maine to Spain, man. Whatever. We ain't scared. We've been to Moncton, Canada. Look that place up. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's what it's all about. But guys, thanks as always for watching the In the Round podcast. Shout out to our sponsors, Whaletail Media, Saxman Studios, and of course our boy Mitch Wallace with The Digital Marketing Agency. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave a review, leave a rating, tell your mama and them, and we'll keep growing this thing. And remember, we do every other Tuesday night at Live Oak Music Row. We do our In the Round Songwriters Night. So hopefully we'll see you all there. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you all next time. This has been the In the Round podcast. Sweet.
Oh, I held that fart in. No, I'm just kidding.
You held that fart in.